There comes a moment in your life when you realize that continuing the same pattern is more painful than letting it go. It's a quiet realization at first. It doesn't arrive with loud announcements or flashing lights. It arrives in the form of exhaustion, the kind of exhaustion that sleep can't fix, the kind that settles deep into your spirit when you know you are capable of more. But your environment, your habits or your attachments keep pulling you back into the same cycle. And in that moment, you face a truth that society rarely gives you permission to embrace. Sometimes you just have to quit. From the time you were young, you were taught that quitting is weakness. You were taught that winners never quit and quitters never win. You were conditioned to believe that endurance is always noble, that staying is always honorable, and that leaving means failure. But what they never taught you is that there is a difference between quitting your purpose and quitting what poisons your purpose. There is a difference between quitting your vision and quitting what suffocates your vision. There is a difference between quitting your path and quitting the chains that were never meant to be attached to you in the first place. Some of you have been loyal to things that have been destroying you, loyal to environments that drain your energy, loyal to people who only show up when it benefits them, loyal to habits that keep you small, quiet, and stuck. You stayed because you hoped it would change. You stayed because you didn't want to be seen as weak. You stayed because you were comfortable with what you knew, even if what you knew was misery. And that's the trap. Misery can become familiar, misery can become routine, misery can become comfortable. There is something dangerous about comfortable misery, because when misery becomes predictable, it no longer feels like something you need to escape. It starts to feel like something you need to tolerate. You begin to normalize the very things that are breaking you. You wake up every day already expecting disappointment. You expect disrespect. You expect stagnation. And slowly, without realizing it, you stop expecting better. But there is a part of you that refuses to die. There is a part of you that knows you are not meant to live in survival mode forever. There is a part of you that knows your life was meant to expand, not shrink. And that part of you is the reason you're hearing this message right now. Because deep down, you already know what you need to do. You know what you need to quit. Quitting does not mean you are weak. Quitting means you are aware. Quitting means you have reached a level of clarity where you refuse to continue investing your time, your energy, and your spirit into something that does not honor your growth. Quitting means you are no longer negotiating with your own potential. Some of you need to quit environments that make you feel small. Some of you need to quit conversations that revolve around negativity, gossip, and limitation. Some of you need to quit habits that keep you numb and distracted from your true calling. And some of you need to quit the version of yourself that learned to settle for less because it felt safer than pursuing more. Because the truth is, cycles do not break on their own. Cycles continue because they are fed by repeated behavior, the same thoughts, the same reactions, the same decisions. Every day that you repeat the same actions, you reinforce the same life. Nothing changes until you change something. And this is where your power begins. Not with some massive, dramatic transformation overnight, but with one decision, one action, one interruption of the pattern. It may be small, it may be quiet, it may be invisible to everyone else, but it is significant. Because every time you choose differently, you weaken the cycle. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you loosen the grip that the old life has on you. Every time you refuse to participate in what drains you, you reclaim a piece of yourself. Breaking a miserable cycle does not require perfection. It requires consistency. It requires courage in small moments. It requires you to wake up and choose yourself, even when it feels unfamiliar, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels lonely. Because the truth is, the old life will try to pull you back. People will question you. They will misunderstand you. They may even try to guilt you into returning to the version of yourself that was easier to control, easier to predict, and easier to keep in place. Not because they hate you, but because your growth disrupts what they are used to. But your responsibility is not to remain small for the comfort of others. Your responsibility is to honor the life that is trying to emerge through you. Every day you have a choice. You can repeat the same patterns, or you can take one step toward something different. One step toward peace. One step toward clarity. One step toward freedom. It might be as simple as saying no to something that drains you. It might be as simple as dedicating time to your vision instead of your distractions. It might be as simple as refusing to entertain thoughts that diminish your worth. These small actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they become the foundation of a completely different life. Because the life you want is not created in giant leaps. It is created in daily decisions. It is created in moments where you choose discipline over comfort, awareness over autopilot, growth over familiarity. And there will come a day when you look back and realize that quitting the wrong things was the reason you were finally able to receive the right things. You will realize that quitting what drained you made space for what restored you. You will realize that quitting what limited you allowed you to discover what was possible. If this message resonates with you, I want you to affirm it. I want you to declare it. Comment, "This is for me," as a commitment to yourself, not to anyone else but to yourself. Because acknowledgement is the first step toward transformation. When you declare it, you are no longer pretending that you don't know. You are stepping into awareness. You are stepping into responsibility. You are stepping into your power. And as you continue on this journey, I encourage you to like this message, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to this channel for more messages that remind you of who you truly are. Because sometimes all it takes is one reminder at the right time to shift the direction of your life. And if you feel called to support the growth of this channel, you can contribute through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. Every contribution, no matter the amount, helps expand the reach of these messages so they can reach the people who need them most. Thank you to everyone who has already contributed and supported this mission. Your support is not just appreciated, it is helping create a ripple effect of awareness, empowerment, and transformation. Understand this clearly. Your life will not change by accident. It will change when you decide that continuing the same cycle is no longer acceptable. It will change when you stop negotiating with what drains you. It will change when you finally give yourself permission to quit what is not aligned with who you are becoming. Quitting is not the end. Quitting is the beginning. It is the moment you stop abandoning yourself. It is the moment you reclaim your energy. It is the moment you break the loop. And the moment you break the loop, everything begins to change.